Ever noticed in life the things that you don't want to do, you must do, and the things that you do want to do, it's not to your benefit. Sometimes um, it hinders you more than it helps you. It's it's like when you eat some vegetables and salads and some baked fish. These are foods that are good for your body, and those that we have to have often, but we don't, the taste of it, it doesn't appease to us, versus fried chicken, a lot of mashed potatoes and gravy, fast food, Jack in the Box, McDonald's, etc. You notice those foods appease us, and we don't, it puts a smile more on our face genuinely, but it's not good for us if you do it long term, if you do it too often. Same thing goes when you're trying to get your finances in order, when you're trying to start a business, when you're trying to earn a living for yourself, not depending on the 9 to 5. See, the 9 to 5 is so easy to get comfortable and to have someone else plan your day. Your whole day is planned out. Not only your day, your movements, how you move is planned out. How they want you to act, all this is like a program. And if you don't succumb to their programming, they'll give you a hard time and ultimately let you go. They'll even let you go without telling you. You don't even realize it. They'll just not schedule you. When you ask about it, they'll phrase it and surface it. Oh, the hours. It's always the hours. They phrase it, they frame it that way. So the things that we don't want to do, we must do and able to be satisfied in the long run. So if you don't want to depend on someone else scheduling you your time, scheduling your life, you need to do things for yourself. Create ways to make a living for yourself, to create an income for yourself. And you need enough of that to earn a living and thrive and be in abundance of that. Waking up early in the morning to do certain things, to work, to fish, we don't want to do that right out the gate. It tends that we want to sleep in a little longer. If it was up to us, some of us would sleep in 12 to 1 o'clock in the afternoon, sometimes 2 o'clock, and then the day, then they start their day. If you can earn enough money to do that, then that's an ideal. But right off the bat, we have to work towards that. Sometimes we don't have the schedule the way that we want to where we could do that. So certain parts we must sacrifice. We got to wake up early in the morning to show up for ourselves, to create this pattern, to create this muscle in our daily tasks, to write everything down, to do certain things. Because if we allow people from the outside to schedule our day, then we don't have the choice. We don't have control of our outcome. You can get blamed for the outcomes even on the outside. Like when you have a sales job, and I notice certain jobs are starting to do this. They want to push more sales, and if you don't, then you get reprimanded, and by them reprimanding you, your hours would get cut. So when your hours get cut, it's like they have control of your living. You don't want to give people control of your living. So you always want to do things that you don't want to do. A lot of times you have to create a side hustle. If you don't know how to, it's definitely the time to do it more than ever. And there's so many ways. There's so many avenues you can go. All you got to do is just pick one. Do you want to sell online? Do you want to not sell online? Meaning you want to sell curbside? You want to do a bunch of yard sales? Do you want to, learn how to trade and be tech savvy in that? All that is really up to you. You can even make money by playing games alone. You could get money sent to your PayPal. They pay you. Now, obviously, you're not going to get rich, but if you can create a formula to make enough money doing that, then you're set. So for me personally, I do a combination of that. I do enough of the combination to where, like, I'm not, freaking out. Or not only that, I tend to do more than enough to where I have a choice. If I want to and when I need to. I have a choice to take whatever days off that I need, because when you work at a 9-to-5, you don't necessarily technically have a choice. When you apply for these jobs, they present it to you that their schedule is flexible, but then when you actually go in, then they tell you you need to work on these days. During the interview, there's like, okay, what are your days? So they ask you, what are your days? And then you say your days, and then they're like, I'm sorry, this is not going to work out. We need people. We need workers to work on A, B, and C. And then it's like, then why did you even ask me? You should just come out the gate. I need workers doing these days. So then it's like, okay, you need the job, right? Then you switch up your answer. You say, I can work those days as well. Then when you do that, then they look at you sideways. And then they try to flip it. They try to It's like this song and dance. And then ultimately then they don't want to hire you because you changed your answer. But they quote unquote put the ball in your court. I'm gonna speak more about that in another video. But thing is, that's why we have to do things that we don't want to do and able to do things that we want to do. So, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Share this video. Hit the notification bell button. All right, y'all.